Hey guys, this is Trevor Tierney with Goalie Evolution Academy, and this is our goalie wall ball drill. So this is probably the most important drill you could do as a goalie. I know it sounds silly and I know it sounds trite because every coach tells you to work on wall ball, but this right here is how you get better at goalie. If you don't have a good stick and you're not able to do this wall ball drill, it's going to be very hard to make good saves at a high level. So you'll see the reason we call this goalie wall ball is that Ryan is staying in his stance the whole time and he's catching the ball out in front of him. He's not catching behind his head like a normal or attack or midfield or defenseman would learn how to catch. He's learning how to catch with his stick out in front of him. And this is what we talk about with having a window out in front of you. If you imagine a window 3 feet in front of you where your stick is, you're keeping both those hands along the window on every save that you make. So Ryan's staying in his stance and keeping those hands out on that imaginary window in every save that he makes. So he's not stepping at all, he's just staying in his stance quickly, and he's not moving his hands. His hands are staying at the top of his stick, so he gets it in and out quickly. And he's working on just stick work. Obviously, once you get better at this drill, you can start to incorporate your lateral stepping into this drill, into this wall ball drill. But to start, it's really great to just work on your stick work here and just work on your hands and also work on your stance. You'll see Ryan has his wide base, his knees bent, back flat, and hands out and away from his body, and you can see how tiring this drill can get if you do it quickly and get in a rhythm. So we're starting stick side high, so Ryan's keeping his hands up and out and just making that save stick side high. Notice how hard he's throwing the ball against the wall. It's so that the ball gets right back to that spot. Now we're off stick side high. He's punching both hands across his body and keeping his shoulders square to the glass. A lot of goalies start to turn their body or kind of push both hands across. It's really important to snap both hands across there. Now stick side hip, he's keeping his hands out. What a lot of young goalies do is as the ball gets lower, they start to bring their hands in towards their body. So it's important on stick side hip to work on keeping your hands out in front of you. Now off stick hip, notice how Ryan's punching that bottom hand out and up so that the butt end stays in front of them. A lot of goalies, when they first start doing this drill, their butt end gets behind their body and they turn their shoulders. So by keeping his hands out and away from his body, especially his bottom hand, it allows Ryan to stay square to the glass. Now on low ones, notice how he's squatting down. So he's getting a huge leg work out here by just squatting down, and you can see as this drill progresses, he starts to get tired. Even as experienced as Ryan is, he starts to get tired by doing this drill because he's moving with intensity here. He's making it hard on himself by throwing the ball hard and getting a lot of reps in. Now he's off stick low. He's punching that bottom hand out and up again, just like on off stick hip, and he's squatting down to the ball. Finishes up strong here with a few more. You can do this 10 each spot or 20 each spot, whatever works well for you, but you want to sort of build up so you can get a whole bunch in a row like Ryan does here. So I decided to show you guys this one more time in slow-mo just so you can see Ryan's hand positioning. So we're starting stick side high. He's keeping those hands out on what we call a 3 level. So a 3 level is with your hands fully extended away from your body. A 2 level is when your elbows start to bend and you catch it maybe a foot closer to your body, halfway in. And then a 1 level would be your hands coming all the way into your body and your stick being pressed against your body and you making the save really late. So we want to make our saves out on the 3 level like Ryan's doing here by keeping your hands out and away from your body. What that allows you to do is by making that save out on that 3 level is it allows you to see it where you save it. So make sure in this drill you're really seeing the ball as you make contact with it with the head of your stick. If you imagine the stick as a tennis racket. So pretend the pocket is actually on the front of the stick. You want to make contact with that tennis racket out on the 3 level every time. So as we get down to hips, again, remember to keep those hands out. So many young goalies and a lot of actually advanced goalies will bring their hands in as the ball gets lower down their body. And it's really important to still keep your hands out, maybe even more important because it's harder to see the ball as it gets lower, so we want to keep our hands out and see it where we save it. This is why a lot of goalies struggle on hip shots and low shots. It's because they're not keeping their hands out and seeing it where they save it. Notice how Ryan's just staying in his stance the whole time. He's keeping his shoulders square to the glass, and on these off hips, he's punching that bottom hand up and out so that the butt end doesn't get behind him. It's a really important emphasis for young goalies is when they're working on off stick low, off stick hip, not letting that butt end get behind them. That's why a lot of goalies get kind of jammed up in the goal, is they let their butt end of their stick get behind their body. You know, another key to talk about here along those same lines is notice how short Ryan's stick is. It's an attack length shaft. There's really no reason to use a goalie length stick. It's kind of cumbersome, it's heavier, it gets jammed up either on the ground or in the net, and you can throw just as well with an attack length stick. So we really recommend using a shorter stick, especially for younger goalies, to be able to be quick with their hands and have great stick work. So do this drill every day. This is, spend 10 minutes doing this drill every day. You do this drill and get your stick work down. If you just did this alone, you could turn yourself into a really great goalie. But it takes a lot of work to get to the level that Ryan's at in this drill, which is getting it off the glass quickly, catching almost all of the shots in a row, and staying in that stance the whole time, and also throwing it to the right place. You'll be amazed at how hard this drill is when you first start doing it compared to how easy Ryan makes it look here. So get against the wall and work on your goalie wall ball drill every day, and you'll be a great goalie.